Well, one of the things we like doing here is shining a light on what we call unsung or underrated movies. And I've just named two of yours. One being Big Fan, and another being The Confirmation with Clive Owen and that terrific cast. But I want you to talk about a couple that you especially would recommend to people.
Well, there was a movie that came out in the late 90s called Ravenous. And it's got the guy. Why am I blanking on his name? He played Begbie in Train Spotting. Oh God! Please look that up while I talk. And it also has Jeffrey Jones is in it, and
is it Robert Carlyle?
Thank you.
Nailed it, husband.
And David Arquette is in it. And it's almost like a riff on the Donner Party idea of cannibalism in the Old West, but it's also about and Guy Pearce is in it, and it's about Manifest Destiny and blood, but it's very much a horror movie, but it's about a horror movie where the monster is the founding of America. And I know that I'm making it sound not,
it's a good movie.
It's so well done.
Really good movie.
And there's also kind of riffs on the Manson family. It's just it's so its own thing, and I don't know why it didn't get more the attention that it deserved. When it came out, I thought it was just fantastic. Then there's this little tiny movie that I screened it at the New Beverly as part of one of my little film festivals, and then I got it into South by Southwest. It still never got distribution. It's so good, made by these two guys from San Francisco. It's called The Snake, and it's about this guy that is just the most chauvinistic. I want to hook up with girls at any cost, and it's so offensive, especially now with the. We're in a different age, but it's very much a movie that makes fun of a lot of this awful male behavior by showing it. And I remember the woman that booked the program South by Southwest was very upset by the movie, even though I was trying to argue. But they're making this movie to make fun of these guys, but it's almost like I hate to bring up the now tired Blazing Saddles thing, but you can't make fun of racism without showing the people be racist. You know what I mean? Like I used to do a joke about when I wrote for Mad TV. They're like, could your Hitler sketch? Could he not be so anti-Semitic? I mean, like, well, guys, that's what I make. So there's that, and then another movie called Punisher Warzone, which is probably one of the darkest Marvel movies. One of the few that Stan Lee did not appear in. Directed by this woman, Lexi Alexander. Everyone talks about, oh my God, there's all these women directors. There's never been, and Lexi Alexander was leading the way for no credit. Marvel did not know what to do with this movie. They just dumped it. It is one of the best. It's the best Punisher movie, period. It is so insanely violent and funny and smart. And it was the classic thing of them going, we want the grittiest, darkest. She goes, okay, if you want it. And then they're like, wait, what in the hell? It is, I don't know why that movie deserves that movie deserves one of those like Office Space 10 years down the road revivals where people just realize how brilliant Punisher Warzone is.
Well, you'll probably host a screening at some point.
It was weird. There was this little period where because of the advent of streaming and the internet, and it's still going on now, way better with TV. But there was another one of those great periods where the studios were like, I don't know what to do. What do we do? And they just kind of let people do. And that's when Crank came out, Neville Dean and Taylor's Crank. And then there was this movie, and I forgot who directed it. It's called Running Scared with
I know that movie.
The guy who was in the Fast and the Furious movies. And
it's Paul Walker?
Paul Walker's in it.
Paul Walker.
And it's a major studio, like, crime film. It is so twisted and genuinely, wow, this movie just went off the rails. And how did a major studio actually make this? And that's another movie that needs way more attention than it got.
Vera Farmiga, Chaz Palminteri.
Who directed that?
Wayne Kramer. Written and directed by Wayne Kramer.
Who did The Cooler.
Oh, he did?
Didn't he? Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, okay. I thought
he did. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
he did.
The internet says he did.
My saying it doesn't.
No, but the internet says it.
The internet says so.
And then as far as like, if you're talking about like an obscure classic movie, even though I do think this is getting, it does get some attention, but it doesn't get the attention I think it should, is a movie with Lily Tomlin and Art Carney called The Late Show, which is one of the best riffs on aging detective. I think it's better than Altman's The Long Goodbye in terms of this out-of-place 40s style detective in 70s.
Oh, it's a really interesting film. Great showcase for both of them. Robert Benton.
God, it's Robert Benton.
Yeah.
But it has one of the sweetest endings, and it's real. It's like it's a real, and it has a scene in it that I wish. Well, you can't have this in movies because it takes. But there's a scene where Art Carney gets the better of this thug and just beats the crap out of him after the thug has humiliated him, and then the next scene it's him at dinner with Lily Tomlin retelling the story of how he beat the crap out of the guy because he's so excited that he did it, which is what you would be doing in real life. But it's almost like at the end of Captain Phillips where Tom Hanks has his adrenaline breakdown because of all the, which is what would be the end of every Die Hard James Bond.
Yeah.
But you don't want to see that because it takes away the romance of, like that's all Indiana Jones would be doing is having these crazy breakdowns. Or he'd be going, and then the guy threw me out of the truck, but I crawled under. I punched him. I threw him out of the truck. So the fact that they show that scene in The Late Show was like, oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
What a great little touch.
It is. I just revisited that a couple of years ago and was very glad I did.
It's very so good. And just Art Carney as this, and Lily Tomlin is this groovy Los Feliz East LA chick.
She's a one-woman time capsule in that movie.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And she's like, would it kill you? Christ's sakes, would it kill you to put on a dress? That's literally that's his way of romancing her. So those are mine.
Oh, those are all good.
I love it.
Those are all good.